The huge meeting room on the space station Galactic 7 buzzed with activity. Aliens from all over the galaxy had come together for an important talk. They were here to discuss humans, the newest species to join their big space family. At the front of the room stood Zaxtor, a tall, blue-skinned alien with 4 arms. He cleared his throat and spoke in a booming voice. "Friends, we are here today to talk about the humans. They have just learned how to travel between stars. Should we let them join us?" The room filled with whispers and odd noises as the aliens shared their thoughts. Some nodded, others shook their heads or waved their tentacles. A small green alien named Blip-Blop raised one of its 7 hands. "I've watched the humans," it said in a high-pitched voice. "They fight a lot on their own planet, but their weapons are simple. They don't know how to fight in space." Many aliens nodded in agreement. They had all seen videos of human wars. To them, it looked messy and without skill. "Yes," said a large, rock-like creature named Gronk. Its voice sounded like gravel in a blender. "Humans are new to space. They know nothing of our advanced weapons. In a real war, they would lose quickly." More aliens agreed. They thought humans were weak and didn't know how to fight properly in space. But not everyone felt this way. From the back of the room, a voice spoke up. It belonged to Xinra, an alien that looked like a giant, smart squid. "We should be careful," Shinra said softly. "Humans are creative. They might surprise us." Zaxtor nodded at Xinra. "That's a good point. But remember, humans have never fought in space. They don't have big space guns or strong force fields. How could they possibly beat any of us?" The room filled with laughter. Many aliens found the idea of humans winning a space battle very funny. A furry alien named Floof stood up. "I agree with Zaxtor," it said, its fur rippling. "Humans are no threat. Their ships are slow and weak. One of our small fighter ships could probably beat their biggest spaceship." This made the aliens laugh even more. They all thought their technology was much better than anything humans had. Zaxtor raised his 4 arms to quiet the room. "So it seems most of us agree. Humans are not good at war, especially in space. But we still need to decide. Do we let them join our galactic community?" The room went quiet as the aliens thought about this. Finally, a wise-looking alien with glowing eyes spoke. Her name was Elra, and she was one of the oldest aliens there. "I think we should let them join," Elra said slowly. "But we should be careful. We can give them some rights, but not all. We shouldn't share our best technology with them. This way, we can watch them and make sure they don't cause trouble." Many aliens nodded at this idea. They thought it was smart and safe. Zaxtor smiled with his 3 mouths. "That sounds like a good plan. Let's vote on it." The aliens used their devices to vote. Soon, the results appeared on a big screen. Most of them agreed with Elra's plan. "It's decided then," Zaxtor announced. "We'll let humans join our galactic family, but with limits. They can trade with us and learn from us. But we won't share our best secrets or let them join our big decisions." As the meeting ended, the aliens left feeling good about their choice. They thought they had made a smart decision. Humans would be allowed in space, but they wouldn't be a big part of things. After all, how could such a young species ever be important in the huge galaxy? But as they left, Shinra, the squid-like alien, watched them with its big eyes. It couldn't shake the feeling that they were all making a big mistake. "I hope we're right about the humans," it thought to itself. "Because if we're wrong, things could get very interesting very quickly." With that thought, Shinra left the room, its tentacles waving gently as it moved. The first big meeting about humans was over, but the story of humans in space was just beginning. 5 years had passed since humans were allowed to join the galactic community. They had been busy exploring nearby star systems, making friends, and setting up small colonies. Everything seemed peaceful, until one day when things suddenly changed. Captain Sarah Chen of the human spaceship Explorer was leading a mission to a newly discovered planet, As her ship approached the blue-green world, strange signals appeared on their screens. "What's that?" Sarah asked her crew. Nobody knew the answer. Suddenly, a massive ship appeared out of nowhere. It was bigger than anything the humans had ever seen. Its dark hull was covered in strange symbols, and it bristled with what looked like weapons. "Try to talk to them," Sarah ordered. Her communications officer, Tom, sent out friendly messages in all known alien languages. There was no answer. The giant ship just floated there, silent and scary. Sarah felt worried. She remembered the lessons from Earth about being careful with new aliens. Maybe we should leave, she thought. But before she could give the order, the alien ship fired a bright beam of energy. It missed the sky above New Hope turned dark as the Zorblaxian ships moved into position. Colonel Jake Martinez watched from the colony's control center, his heart racing. This was it, the moment of truth. "They're starting their attack," shouted a young soldier named Maria. On the big screen, they saw the alien ships firing their powerful weapons. But something strange happened. The energy beams didn't hit the colony. Instead, they splashed harmlessly against an invisible wall in the sky. "It worked," Jake yelled, pumping his fist in the air. "The shield is holding." Weeks earlier, Earth's scientists had made a breakthrough. They had created a new kind of force field using a mix of human and alien technology. They had rushed to install it around New Hope, finishing just in time. The Zorblaxians seemed confused. They fired again and again, but couldn't break through the shield. For the first time, the humans saw hope. Jake grabbed the communicator. "All units, prepare for counterattack," he ordered. "Operation Slingshot is a go." All around the colony, hidden doors in the ground opened up. Small, odd-looking ships rose into the air. They didn't look like much, just round metal balls with a few lights on them. The Zorblaxians didn't pay much attention to these tiny ships. They were too busy trying to break the shield. That was their big mistake. Jake watched as the little ships, piloted by brave volunteers, flew towards the huge alien vessels. "Come on," he whispered. "You can do it." Suddenly, the small ships started to glow. They zoomed faster and faster, becoming balls of bright energy. Then, they slammed into the Zorblaxian ships. Boom! The explosions were huge. The Zorblaxian ships shook and sparked. Some of them started to fall from the sky. "Direct hits," Maria shouted. "It's working." Jake allowed himself a small smile. The plan was working better than they had hoped. These little ships, they called them Fireflies, were packed with a special explosive that could damage even the tough Zorblaxian hulls. The alien ships tried to fight back, but they were slow and clumsy compared to the quick Fireflies. More and more Zorblaxian ships were damaged or destroyed. Finally, the remaining alien ships turned and fled. The battle for New Hope was over. The humans had won. Cheers erupted in the control center. People hugged each other, crying with joy and relief. They had faced a terrible enemy and survived. Jake sent a message to Earth. "New Hope is safe. The Zorblaxians are retreating." Our new weapons worked perfectly. The news spread quickly across human space and beyond. Many alien races were shocked. How had the humans, who they thought were weak, defeated the mighty Zorblaxians? On the space station Galactic 7, Zaxtor and other alien leaders watched videos of the battle. They couldn't believe their eyes. "Impossible," said Gronk, the rock-like alien. "How did they do it?" Sinra, the squid-like alien, waved its tentacles excitedly. "I told you humans were creative. Look how they used that force field. And those small ships, brilliant." Zaxtor nodded slowly. "We may have underestimated the humans," he said. "They are more resourceful than we thought." Back on New Hope, as the sun set on their victory, Jake looked out at the tired but happy faces of his people. They had done what many thought was impossible. They had proved that humans could fight and win in space. But Jake knew this was just the beginning. The Zorblaxians would be back, and they would be angry. Humans would need to be ready. As night fell, Jake saw a streak of light in the sky, a ship leaving for Earth. It carried samples of Zorblaxian technology from the destroyed ships. Earth scientists would study these, learning more about their enemy's strengths and weaknesses. Jake smiled to himself. The humans had survived their first real space battle. They had shown the galaxy that they weren't weak after all, and they were just getting started. As he walked back to the control center, Jake thought about the future. It would be hard, but exciting. Humans were now a real part of the galactic community, and they were ready to prove themselves again and again. News of the human victory at New Hope spread like wildfire across the galaxy. Alien races everywhere were buzzing with excitement and worry. The galactic order was changing, and nobody knew what would happen next. On the planet Circon, home of the powerful Crystallian race, Emperor Caxel called an emergency meeting. Leaders from 20 different alien species gathered in the Grand Crystal Hall. "Friends," Caxel said, his voice echoing in the room, "we face a new situation. The humans have defeated the Zorblaxians. We can no longer ignore them." Gronk, the rock-like alien, rumbled angrily. "It must have been luck. Humans can't be that strong." But Xinra, the wise squid-like alien, disagreed. "No, Gronk. The humans showed great skill and creativity. We should not underestimate them anymore." The room erupted in arguments. Some aliens wanted to make friends with humans, seeing them as valuable allies. Others feared humans might become too powerful and wanted to stop them. As they argued, a small bird-like alien named Chirp Chirp spoke up. "Wait, I have important news from my spies. The Zorblaxians are planning a big attack on Earth itself." The room went silent. Everyone knew this could change everything. Meanwhile, on Earth, humans were busy preparing for the next battle. In a secret lab deep underground, Dr. Emily Wong worked day and night. She was studying the Zorblaxian technology they had captured. "Amazing," she muttered, looking at a strange device. "Their energy weapons are powerful, but they have a weakness: if we can disrupt their power source." Suddenly, alarms started blaring. Red lights flashed everywhere. General John Smith burst into the lab. "Dr. Wong, we've detected a massive Zorblaxian fleet heading towards Earth. They'll be here in 3 days." Emily's heart raced. 3 days? But I need more time to finish our new defense system. John put a hand on her shoulder. "You've got to hurry, Doc. The fate of Earth depends on you." As Earth prepared for battle, the alien leaders on Zircon were still arguing. Caxel finally raised his hand for silence. "We must decide now," he said firmly. "Do we help the humans or not?" Zaxtor, the blue four-armed alien, stood up. "Our laws say we shouldn't interfere in wars between younger species. But if the Zorblaxians conquer Earth, they might come for us next." Many aliens nodded. They were starting to see humans as the lesser evil compared to the aggressive Zorblaxians. But not everyone agreed. A tall, shadow-like alien named Void hissed, "If we help humans now, they might become too strong. They could threaten us all one day." The debate raged on. In the end, they couldn't agree. Caxel sighed deeply. "Very well. We will not interfere as a group, but any race that wants to help the humans may do so." Back on Earth, tensions were high. Military bases around the world were on high alert. Spaceships patrolled the skies, ready for battle. In her lab, Dr. Wong worked frantically. She was so close to a breakthrough that could give Earth a fighting chance. Just then, a junior scientist rushed in. "Dr. Wong, a ship just appeared near the moon. It's Sinra. The alien wants to talk to our leaders." Emily was shocked. What did this mean? Were some aliens coming to help after all? As Earth's leaders gathered to meet Sinra, the Zorblaxian fleet got closer and closer. The greatest battle in human history was about to begin. In space, Admiral Sarah Chen, now in command of Earth's biggest battleship, looked at the stars. She knew the enemy was out there, coming to destroy her home. "We're ready for you this time," she said quietly. "Come and see what humans can really do." The stage was set. Humans were about to face their biggest test yet. The whole galaxy watched and waited, wondering if this young species would survive or fall. The next few days would change everything. The day of the great battle arrived. Earth's skies were filled with human ships, ready to defend their home. Admiral Sarah Chen stood on the bridge of her flagship, the Defender, watching her fleet take position. "All ships report ready, Admiral," her second-in-command reported. Sarah nodded, her face serious. "Good. Now we wait." They didn't wait long. Soon, the sky lit up as hundreds of Zorblaxian ships appeared. They were huge and terrifying, their weapons glowing with strange energy. "This is it," Sarah thought. "Everything we've prepared for." The Zorblaxian leader's face appeared on a big screen. He looked angry and confident. "Humans," he roared. "Surrender now or be destroyed." Sarah stood tall and spoke clearly. "We will never surrender. Earth is our home, and we will defend it." With a roar of rage, the Zorblaxian leader ordered his fleet to attack. Huge energy beams shot towards Earth. But the humans were ready. A massive shield, like the one that saved New Hope, sprang to life around the planet. The Zorblaxian weapons splashed harmlessly against it. "Shield holding," someone shouted. A cheer went up from the crew. Sarah allowed herself a small smile. "Now it's our turn. All ships, attack." The human fleet surged forward. They had new weapons, created from the technology they captured. Bright beams of energy shot out, hitting the Zorblaxian ships hard. The space around Earth turned into a huge battlefield. Ships from both sides zoomed back and forth, firing weapons. Explosions lit up the sky like fireworks. At first, things looked good for the humans. Their new weapons were working well, and they were faster than the big Zorblaxian ships. But the Zorblaxians had a surprise. They launched thousands of small fighter ships. These quick little ships started to overwhelm the human defenses. "We're in trouble," Sarah thought. She was about to order her ships to fall back when something amazing happened. A new fleet of ships suddenly appeared. They were sleek and shiny, unlike anything Sarah had seen before. They flew in perfect formation, firing strange weapons that cut through the Zorblaxian fighters like they were made of paper. "Who are they?" Sarah wondered. Then she saw the symbol on their sides. It was Sinra's race. Sinra's voice came over the radio. "Sorry we're late, humans. We brought some friends to help." More ships appeared. Aliens from all over the galaxy had come to help Earth. They had seen how brave humans were and decided to join the fight. With these new allies, the tide of the battle turned. The Zorblaxians found themselves surrounded and outgunned. Meanwhile, on Earth, Dr. Emily Wong was working on her secret weapon. She had finally cracked the code of Zorblaxian technology. "It's ready," she shouted to General Smith. "Quick, send this to Admiral Chen." Up in space, Sarah received the message from Earth. Her eyes widened as she read it. "This is it," she said. "The key to victory." She quickly sent the information to all human ships. They made some fast changes to their weapons, then turned to face the main Zorblaxian ship. "Fire," Sarah ordered. A special beam shot out from the human ships. When it hit the Zorblaxian vessels, their weapons suddenly stopped working. Their shields flickered and died. The Zorblaxian leader couldn't believe it. His mighty fleet was now helpless. "How?" he roared. "How did you do this?" Sarah's face appeared on his screen. "You underestimated us," she said calmly. "That was your biggest mistake." Seeing their leader's ship defenseless, the rest of the Zorblaxian fleet started to retreat. They had lost the battle. Cheers erupted on every human ship and on Earth below. They had done it. They had saved their planet and proved to the galaxy that humans were a force to be reckoned with. As the Zorblaxians fled, Sarah looked out at the stars. She knew that this was just the beginning. Humans had made new friends and new enemies today. Their adventure in the galaxy was only just starting. With a smile, she gave the order. Let's go home. We have a victory to celebrate. 2 months after the great battle, Earth was buzzing with activity. Spaceships from all over the galaxy filled the skies, bringing alien visitors eager to meet the humans who had defeated the Zorblaxians. In New York City, a huge meeting was taking place. Leaders from Earth and many alien worlds gathered to discuss the future. The famous Plaza Hotel had been turned into a colorful mix of humans and aliens of all shapes and sizes. President Maria Lopes of Earth stood at the front of the grand ballroom. Next to her were Admiral Sarah Chen, Dr. Emily Wong, and Colonel Jake Martinez, the heroes of the recent battles. Friends from across the stars, President Lopes began, we are here today to build a new future together. As she spoke, different alien leaders stood up to offer alliance and friendship to Earth. Shinra, the squid-like alien who had come to help in the battle, was the first. Humans have proven themselves brave and clever, Shinra said, waving its tentacles. We would be honored to call you our allies. Many other aliens agreed. They saw humans as valuable friends now, but not everyone was happy. Gronk, the rock-like alien, grumbled loudly. Humans are dangerous. They defeated the Zorblaxians too easily. What if they decide to attack us next? His words caused a stir in the room. Some aliens nodded, looking worried. Admiral Chen stepped forward. We understand your concerns, she said calmly. But Earth doesn't want to rule the galaxy. We just want to be part of it, to learn and grow with all of you. Dr. Wong added, we're eager to share our science and learn from yours. Together, we can do amazing things. This seemed to calm many of the worried aliens, but Earth's leaders knew they had to be careful. They didn't want to scare their new galactic neighbors. As the meeting went on, humans and aliens started to form groups. They talked about trade, cultural exchanges, and joint science projects. The room buzzed with excitement about all the new possibilities. Meanwhile, in a quiet corner, Colonel Martinez was deep in conversation with some tough-looking aliens. They were discussing military matters, sharing stories of battles and tactics. Your Firefly ships were brilliant, said a spiky alien named Zorg. We'd love to work with you on new defense systems. Jake nodded, but he was careful with his words. Earth needed allies, but they also needed to keep some secrets. It was a delicate balance. As the day went on, more and more agreements were made. Earth was quickly becoming a major player in galactic politics. It was exciting, but also a bit scary for the human leaders. They knew they had a lot to learn. Towards the end of the meeting, a surprise guest arrived. It was Zaxtor, the blue four-armed alien who had once thought humans were weak. Humans, he said, his voice echoing in the now quiet room. We were wrong about you. You have shown great strength and wisdom. The galaxy will be better with you as part of our community. His words brought cheers from humans and aliens alike. It felt like the start of a new era. As the meeting ended, President Lopes looked out at the mix of humans and aliens leaving the ballroom. She felt proud of how far they had come, but she also knew the hard work was just beginning. We did it, Admiral Chen said, coming to stand beside her. We proved ourselves to the galaxy. Lopes nodded. Yes, but now comes the real challenge. We have to prove we can be good neighbors, good friends, and good leaders. As they watched the sun set over New York, casting a golden glow over the alien ships in the sky, both women felt a mix of hope and determination. The future was uncertain, but exciting. Humans had earned their place among the stars. Now they had to show they deserved it. The galaxy was watching, waiting to see what humans would do next. The greatest adventure in human history was just beginning. 5 years had passed since the great battle that changed everything. Earth had become a bustling center of galactic activity. Spaceports were busy with ships from hundreds of alien worlds. Humans and aliens worked side by side in new cities built for all species. In the brand new Galactic Council building in Geneva, Ambassador Jake Martinez, once colonel, walked down a shiny hallway. He was headed to an important meeting. Earth was about to take on a big new role in the galaxy. As Jake entered the meeting room, he saw familiar faces. Admiral Sarah Chen, now head of Earth's space fleet, nodded at him. Dr. Emily Wong, looking tired but happy, was showing some aliens her latest invention. At the head of the table sat Sinra, the squid-like alien who had become Earth's closest ally. "Ah, Jake. Good. We're all here. Let's begin." Sinra's tentacles waved as it spoke. "Friends, we face a new threat. The Shadowkin, a mysterious race from the edge of the galaxy, are attacking peaceful worlds. We need a united response." The room grew quiet. Everyone knew this was serious. Sarah leaned forward. "What are you suggesting, Sinra?" The alien's eyes twinkled. "I propose that Earth lead a new galactic peacekeeping force. Humans have proven they can fight when needed, but also know the value of